download the Live 365 app. Once you download the Live 365 app, go to the search engine. Once you're in the search engine, be sure to type in the words Ride95. Once you type in Ride95, then click on our station logo. Once you click on our station logo, you'll hear music 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Now, if you just want to listen via your via your computer, all you got to do is go to live365.com. Once you're on live365.com, all you got to do is type in the words Ride95. Once we pop up, click on the station logo, and again, you got music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So please check out our internet radio station, Ride95. All right? Okay. Today is Sunday, August the 9th. Let me go over a few celebrity birthdays with you. Gotta say happy birthday to the godfather of hip-hop, Mr. Curtis Blow. Curtis Blow turns 61 years old today. Also gotta say happy birthday to West Coast legend, one of the founding members of WC and the Mad Circle, one of the founding members of the West Side Connection, and also astute solo artist, MC WC, turns 50 years old today. Atlanta independent rapper Boldly James turns 38 years old today. East Coast rhyme spitter Shy Stimuli turns 42 years old today. Also gotta say happy birthday to who I consider the queen of R&B, Whitney Houston, turns 57 years old today, if she was amongst us. And last but not least, NFL Hall of Famer Deion Sanders turns 53 years old today. So definitely happy birthday to all of them. And you know, I always mention a great way to wish people happy birthday is check out their work, their present work, their previous work. Visit their social media, tell them happy birthday, and definitely tell them you heard it was their birthday right here on the Riding Dirty Show. Okay? All right. Now, one thing I got to tell you guys is I got to give a moment of silence for Chicago rapper FBG Duck. 2 days ago, he was violently shot and killed in the streets of Chicago. So let's honor him with a moment of silence. All right. Rest in peace to FBG Duck. He was 27 years old. May rest in peace, and condolences to his family. All right. Got to say one time for CEO of Cash Money, Birdman Baby, but he says he's stepping away from the microphone. He will only be doing one more album, and that will be Like Father Like Son Part 2 with Lil Wayne. That's the only album he's interested in doing, and after that he will be stepping away from the mic completely. Alright? Gotta say congratulations to rapper Lizzo. Lizzo just signed a huge deal with Amazon Studios to develop a television project. So one time for Lizzo for definitely doing her thing. All right? Okay. And I mentioned to you guys about Takeoff's rape case. Well, you know what Takeoff says, the situation with Miss Jane Doe is false, and he can prove it. So we'll be waiting around to see as things unveil about the situation with him and an alleged Jane Doe who said he raped her at a party. Alright? And last but not least, the Universal Hip Hop Museum has been pushed back. Alright? The Universal Hip Hop Museum has been pushed back due to coronavirus, so the museum will be opening at a later date. I will definitely be letting you guys know when. But in the meantime, between time, if you're in Atlanta, you can always visit the Trap Museum, which is open for business. Alright? Alright. Now, I just gave y'all a little celebrity news. I told you about celebrity birthdays. I also let you know about our brand new radio station. Now it's time for me to do what I enjoy doing most, and that's talking to the people who are changing our culture, whether it's through arts, entertainment, philanthropism, entrepreneurship, music, however they're making their change. This is the platform for them. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tonight is no different than any other night on the Riding Dirty Show. So welcome to the platform, motivational speaker, Mr. Ricky Prestige Leverett Jr. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good, brother, and I'm excited to be here. I'm doing good.
All right. The first thing I got to ask, I want you to tell the world where Mr. Ricky Prestige Leverett Jr. is from.
I am straight out of Augusta, Georgia.
AUG.
AUG.
All right.
James Bryant.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. So look, let's talk a little bit about your upbringing. What was it like growing up in Augusta? What was your family life like? Let's talk a little bit about your household.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, you know, I pretty much lived a country lifestyle, to be honest about it. You know, tight-knit family. Everything was regular, you know, as far as my upbringing when it comes to that end. You know, had a big family, a lot of cousins, a lot of friends. It was good.
Okay. All right. Now, at what point did you realize that you had a knack for being a motivational speaker and an author?
Great question. I think it really hit me probably back in elementary school, actually. Just as far as I was able to, you know, you had like the graduation ceremonies, like the elementary graduation and stuff like that, and I got to speak at one of those. And I noticed that was a time when I wasn't actually nervous, and I had to speak in front of over like 200 or 300 people. So it always stuck with me. As I got older, I noticed that it was a career path that I could actually take, and that's when I took it full force. But I think I've always had a knack for being able to stand in front of a crowd and being able to give a message that can help other people. So that's always been there, I feel like.
Okay. All right. Now, what was it like at an early age getting up in front of those people speaking?
I mean, at first I was scared. You know, originally I had tried to do a little singing solo, and the teacher said, "No, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work right there." So, you know, I got up to the microphone. I tried to sing, and almost, you know, it made the loud noise. How the mic made the loud noise, the reverb, and everything. Then she was like, "Okay, but you know, your voice was loud, so we can use you in another way, and we're gonna get you to do the speech." And when I initially got up there, I was a little nervous, you know, going up into it. But once I got up there and actually was in front of the crowd, I noticed it was kind of smooth for me. It didn't take much of an effort. And I know a lot of people have a big fear of that, but it just felt natural, you know. So yeah, it was scary initially, but once I got up there, I could handle it.
All right. Now, do you remember that feeling once you stepped off that platform? What type of feeling did it give you?
Yeah, when I remember more than anything, I remember the feeling of going up there, and I remember it was a lot of lights, and it was a lot of adults, you know, and I couldn't really see my people or anything like that, but I could like feel them, just everybody eyes on me. And once I got off the stage, you know, it was a relief. And even to this day, I still get that relief feeling. Like I knocked that out, I conquered that, and it was a relief. And then as people started, you know, letting me know, you did a real good job with that. You did a real good job. So I felt the feeling of pride. I was proud of myself. I was young, so it felt good to be acknowledged for that. At that age especially, and I think that's important, you know, for all children even now, you know, to find something that they're good at and people build them up. I think it really helps them.
All right. Now, also, you are a ordained minister of metaphysics and spiritual teacher. Explain to the world what that title means.
Okay, definitely. Well, first, I think I got to just kind of explain metaphysics, because when people see it, they kind of run from it. But it's just another form of spirituality. It deals with the unseen reality. I deal with things like the mind, thoughts, law of attraction, things of that nature. And as far as being an ordained minister, it just gives me the option of still being able to practice ministry just like a Baptist preacher, anything like that. It's not a denomination, though, so it's more open. But yeah, I can perform weddings, things like that. Could start a church if it got to that point. Yeah, that's pretty much all it is to it, and it's just getting the paperwork together. But as far as the message, I just feel it within myself. But that's just the paperwork aspect of it.
All right. When did you get into the studies of metaphysics? Because that's a pretty deep science to get into.
Right. I would say it really got into it probably about 10 years ago. About 10 years ago, I was in school, for psychology in university, and I just started running into a lot of things about the mind, the subconscious mind, and the mind, creating your reality and things like that. And it just led me from that point. Then I got into a lot of black conscious knowledge and learning history and just going deeper into different forms of spirituality. And that's I would say it started probably about 10 years ago. I got locked into a website, and it took me from there.
All right, now let's talk a little bit about, you mentioned the laws of attraction. Tell us a little bit about the laws of attraction.
Definitely. Law of attraction is a universal law. Basically, if you go back to things like the ancient Egyptians or the mystery schools or anything of that nature, you'll see them talking about a lot of universal laws. The law of attraction has become something that got pretty popular after the movie. It's a movie called The Secret that came out. Now, these laws aren't new, but it kind of got into mainstream more when that movie came out. And what it deals with, it just basically deals with like attracts alike. Positive thoughts create a positive reality. It deals with a lot of things going into how you're thinking or being able to control your thoughts. It goes into motivation. It goes into, focused thoughts, like focusing the thought onto a desire. Like, let's say you got a goal at hand and you're looking to accomplish that particular goal. The law of attraction is used basically to steer your thoughts in that direction, in a positive direction, to get what you're looking for in life or that particular goal. But it goes way deeper, and I break down, a lot more things in the book as far as the law of attraction. But that's just a pretty much, basic breakdown of it. It deals with the mind and creating your reality based on your thoughts.
All right, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I've actually had several guests on the show who spoke on that topic. If you don't mind, for a lot of people listening to the show, can you tell them how powerful thoughts can be even before action is put into work?
Oh yeah, definitely. Thoughts are the foundation. Thoughts are the foundation. Our mind is the storehouse for the possibilities that we can have in this reality. So before you begin, just to break it down into simple terms so people may not feel like it's too deep to grasp, let's say you just have a goal at hand. Before anything ever exists in reality, it first begins as an idea, as a thought. And a lot of times especially when you don't realize how important the thoughts are, a lot of times when certain goals come up, our thoughts begin to steer us in a different direction. Oh, you can't do that. That can never happen for you. I don't know what you're thinking. And you get past programs. But when you're able to actually pay attention to your thoughts or understand the way you're thinking, the goal, when you're thinking about the goal, you begin to compound more thoughts positively that will go in sync with that goal you're trying to get. So then that brings the action after that. So if you're not thinking, or you're not thinking you're not thinking positively about a certain situation, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be motivated to take action. The thoughts is the first step, and before anything is created in the physical, there was first the idea, anything. So that's how important the thoughts are. And me personally, it changed my life as far as the things I was able to create and the person that I was able to become after paying more attention to what I was thinking.
Okay. All right, let's talk a little bit about the book, Mind Alignment. Wake up your stolen greatness through mind power.
That's it, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's my first book here that I authored. It came out with it on my birthday this year, May 13, 2020. And what the book deals with, it just deals with how to tap into the power of your mind, taking a look at your thoughts, your habits, beliefs that may have stolen your greatness. The book will teach you how to align your mind to your highest good. You learn basically about the mind and different powers that lie within the mind. And it teaches on other things like certain techniques. So it's just not a book just discussing, oh, your mind does this. It goes into actual techniques that can be used to manifest certain goals that you're looking for in your world, as far as it goes with like meditation, visualization, and things of that nature. But it definitely died. It's a motivating book, but behind the motivation and the self-help is actually, techniques and things that you can actually grasp to be able to change your reality, to benefit you better.
All right. What made you choose the title, and how long was the process of you writing this book?
Well, Mind Alignment, it originally came from a book that I had once read originally when I started my journey. It was called Think and Grow Rich. Now, with Think and Grow Rich, they have a principle in there where it's dealing with mind alliance. That's what they call it, mind alliance. And the base of the law is that, when you bring 2 or more people together and for a common goal, it makes it more powerful, and you be able to, hold each other accountable. So mind alliance, like an alliance between 2 people. I broke it down to alignment because I wanted it to be singular, with a person being able to align themselves with their highest good and their highest form of their self. And when I go into Wake Up Your Stolen Greatness, that's just a message to, we all born with a certain level of greatness within us, a certain purpose that we're here to do. That's what I believe. And waking it up, and is basically what this book goes over. And then also I use the word stolen because a lot of times, a lot of our greatness was stolen from us based on programming, people telling us we can't do it, or, even your own mind telling you can't do it, or you might be a certain race, another race might hold you back, things like that. And it really struck a chord with me. I got it from a Nipsey Hussle verse, Nipsey Hussle last CD, and he spoke on stolen greatness when he said, so there's a couple of people that make it every generation that weren't supposed to make it out, but they decode the matrix. And when they get to speak, it's like a coded language. It reminds them all their strength and stolen greatness. And when he said that, that resonated with me so much, and that's how I came up with the full title.
All right. Speaking of stolen greatness, how much do you feel like stolen greatness affects the African American community today as we speak?
Oh yeah, a lot. That's my main audience, I would say. That's my main, my target audience would be African Americans. Me being a young African male, and especially the climate right now that we're in, we need these type of things where we can be able to use our minds to create something even bigger. And when it goes into stolen greatness, as far as the way I view it, is a lot of things were stolen from us, being that we a lot of things never were taught to us about who we truly are as far as our history, our true history. And and also then we go into even now the programming that they give us of who we should be or who they want us to be. And I feel like that's something that's stolen from us. So a lot of people walking around, they might be caught up in the thug life or whatever it is, gangster lifestyle, or, whatever it may be, poverty and things like this. And I feel like that's a way of stealing your greatness, keeping you down at that low level of yourself, that lowest level. And, getting into your greatness, you have to be at your highest level. But I feel like it's a foot on our neck to keep us at that low level. But it's bubbling up now, and I see the climate is changing. So it's important to have that aspect as well.
All right, what would be your words of advice to those who need to learn how to redirect their thought process?
I would say don't be too hard on yourself at the beginning, because it's a program. It's something that a lot of our thoughts and a lot of our thinking comes from culture, beliefs, parents, whatever it may be. So it's not an easy journey. And I know a lot of times people make it law of attraction with a lot of fluff, like, oh, yeah, you'll be able to get a car, you'll create your reality. Like, no, it's really like a lot of work that goes into it. So I would just say don't be hard on yourself initially if you just continue to think negative. You have to take your time and study yourself. And that's a form of knowing thyself when you know your thoughts. So I would just say know that it's a process. And know that it's a lifetime of programming that's went into where you're standing at right now. And if it's not where you want to be at, or you want to go further, the starting point is the thoughts, I feel.
All right, no doubt. What has been the reception of the book and your teachings?
It's been real good. People really received it well. I'm getting a lot of great reviews as far as people. That's what I'm doing this interview. I'm just trying to get it further out there. I got it on Amazon, but around my community, like Augusta, people really have been supporting me with it. And the main thing people say is I got to take my time with it because there's a lot of information in it. So people are reading it in pieces and bits and grabbing something from it, and that's how I wanted it to be written. Where it's like it's an educational book, and you can go to it for reference or something, or you feeling off, you can just read a part of the book and bring yourself back up to where you want to be at that point, because it's like life is ups and downs, so you gotta get something to rejuvenate you, and I think that's what the book is good for. But yeah, the reception's been great though, as far as the people.
All right, now, being that we're dealing with this coronavirus, this entire pandemic, and we're also in the midst of what I hope a good change when it comes to race relations. How do you encourage people to deal with these situations, especially when it comes to the power of your mind?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. That's a good one. That's a great question right there, because it is a tight time and it is hard for a lot of people, and a lot of people going through it right now as far as it goes, financially, but more than anything, mentally. And I would say to a lot of people, like, it's a very real situation. It's a very real virus going on. But I would also say don't feed it too much energy, like as far as it goes with the news, being your main focus all day long, being your main feeder of this coming up in your life. You'll end up start living your life, just avoid the just to avoid a virus that you may never get, and the numbers have been skewed, just being honest about it. So it's a thing of keeping your faith, within whatever you may believe in. Me personally, I believe in the God within me, and being able to be faithful with that and still stand strong and continue to live life, because a lot of things is being propaganda as well. and it's putting us at a fear state, and then bubbling it up as well with a lot of the police brutality and riots that we've been having. And so, but this is my viewpoint of it personally. I always think before change, it's going to be chaos. So I feel like we're right where we need to be as far as this country having a light on it with all the problems and the system being able to be broken down at this point with this type of pandemic going on in this type of, race relations. And if you see a lot of changes occurring as we're going through
90 seconds.
I would say just stay focused and don't feed the propaganda too much, and realize that before change, it is chaos. And if you're really looking, you can see the spotlight that the coronavirus has put on everything. So it can be something positive in the end. We don't know the end, but I feel it can be something positive that comes out of all this change.
All right. Last but not least,
60 seconds.
Tell the people how to get their hands on Mind Alignment, Wake Up Your Stolen Greatness through Mind Power.
For sure. First off, you can definitely go to Amazon. It is on Amazon. You just look up Mind Alignment, Wake Up Your Stolen Greatness through Mind Power. You can get the Kindle version as well as the paperback. It's also